Hello, how's it going? Just finishing up my lunch real quick. How's everyone doing? Fine Saturday morning. Just bit my cheek really bad. That hurt. I'm gonna be building a metal gear. Metal gear It's the only way to bring peace back to the world. Watch a lot of This is the Metal Gear. I just realized with the music, you guys probably couldn't hear a thing I was saying. This is it. Check that out. Ooh, look at all those pretty pieces. All that. Somehow gonna turn in to this. We'll see. We'll see what we can do. I don't even remember where I'm at. Somehow my instructions got closed. I had it open to the page, and then when I found it, it was closed. I know my kids were looking at it at one point, so maybe that was the problem. That's probably what happened. Anyways, now that I have the music down, you guys can actually hear me. How's everyone doing today? Saturday, 11:32 p.m. or sorry, a.m. Pacific time. Jumping the gun a little bit there. I bit my cheek real bad eating that pizza. Now it really hurts. Like really bad. Taste the blood. It's kind of horrible. Oh boy. Yeah, this is a chill stream. I'm gonna be putting together a little Metal Gear kit, you know? Here's the little people that come with it. That's liquid. So you can put them inside the Rex. There's Solid Snake with his Stinger missile launcher. And then there's two different versions of Gray Fox. One with an arm and one without an arm. So you can pose him as, you know, sitting next to Snake about to help, or as he's being crushed to death underneath the foot of Metal Gear Rex. I've thought about maybe painting these guys. I mean, it's smaller than anything I've ever painted before, so it's gonna be tricky, but I think it could be cool. We'll see. We'll see if I get that adventurous. Man, I bit my cheek so hard. It's like already swelling up. And like I said, just so much blood in my mouth right now. It's really gross and really painful. All right, so where are we at here? So this is what I've had built so far. I don't even know what these are. Maybe these feet. Not sure. But I gotta find where in here that is. So that looks like... is that this? What's up, Kajoma? Welcome in. How's it going? How you doing? It's Saturday. What are you up to? Got a nice chill day? Do you got work today? I know with your job you sometimes have interesting hours. I really am confused at where the heck I'm at, because none of this matches up. Just switching my audio over. If that was directed at me, I can. Oh, I was just saying hi. How's it going? How you doing this Saturday? You got a nice chill Saturday, nice chill day, or you got work today, plans? What's going on? What's going on in your life? Oh, I see. Okay. So yes, so this was this part, and this is this part. So that means I must be here then. I have to make a 90-second stop motion video. Oh, crazy. Do you already have an idea of, or I assume if it's for school, you already have like a topic that you have to like, oh, it's got to be this theme or this whatever, or are they letting you just kind of like run free with it? Okay, I think I'm up here. I guess we'll find out when I go to cut those pieces out and they're not on the sprue. Handy dandy clippers. Free reign. Figured out the topic and now just going through and figure out how many frames I need for each second. Okay. Or scene rather. Interesting. That's cool. So the project, I assume, is more just make a stop motion, not necessarily like it has to be, yeah, a certain topic or theme or whatever. So that's cool. Kind of do whatever you want. Are you willing to share what it is? You're gonna try to make a sick like Star Wars. That's what I would do. Like a Star Wars, like you probably have Star Wars Legos. Use like Star Wars Legos, makes like a sick animation or something like that. Cool story. Now, growing up, I had a Lego set that was, it was Lego, but it was a Steven Spielberg set, and it came like a little webcam for doing like stop motion videos and stuff like that. Dude, that thing was so sick. I loved it so much. It came with software and everything, so it came with like a set that you built, and the set was supposed to look like a Hollywood set, so it even had like a little director's chair and like a camera crane for the webcam to connect to. It came with a webcam, came with the software, and then yeah, your idea was to make movies with it. It was a blast. I loved it. Has to be narrative focused, doing a thing where my Lego guy comes to life and then explores the house and finds the things that woke him up, and then he takes it back to wake up the others. That's cool. That'll be fun. Yeah, no, me and my brother had a blast with it because it came with like visual effects, sound effects, like all sorts of stuff built into the software, and it was up to you to, you know, have free reign and just do whatever you wanted to with the stop motion effects and stuff like that. Is cool. And they even had like different themes. They're like, oh, do you want to make like a horror quote unquote spooky movie, or do you want to do something more action and all that stuff? Okay, so I think step one here was this. So I've done that much. So what a random spot for me to stop. So I did step one of step three, and then I just quit. Thanks, past Garrett. I used to do a lot of Lego stop motion when I was younger. I made like 4 Destiny stop motion videos at one point. That's sick. Like having it based off Destiny. That'd be super cool. That'd be really fun to see. I do not have my sprues in order, so this might take a second. I need H3, so I need H and K. Oh, I have other sprues over there. I didn't realize they weren't in the box. Well, here's K, and here's H. That works out. Let me know if my audio levels are good. Is music too loud, music too quiet? I can turn the music up too. If I was smart, I would set up audio ducking, so then the music can be up, and then when I talk, it just gets quiet. 'Cause that's a thing, right? It's built into OBS, I think. I might need to download an external one. Yeah, I'm not seeing one here built in. I've seen other streams do that, where the music is louder, and then basically when you talk, it automatically drops the game down. I don't see it. Oh well. Okay, so H3. Let's cut out these here. Videos are pretty bad and have like a 6-second intro. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, you're young. You're still learning. You know, we all got to start somewhere. I mean, I grew up like making stuff all the time in Movie Maker, and it's wild. Most of the stuff I don't have access to anymore. It got deleted or whatever. Like, but there's a couple that occasionally I'll go back to, and I'm like, oof, this is rough. This is rough stuff. But you know what? If I didn't do that, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So, making the stuff I make. For an 18... Okay, a 6-second intro for an 18-second video. Yeah, that's bad, but again, you were learning. You were learning. I'm sure it was an epic intro. I'm sure it was a super epic intro. K5 and K6. K6 I'll put on that side, and K5s. Oh man, so how was your week, Joma? Feel like you had a pretty good week? I assume you're back in the swing of school and stuff like that. Is that keeps you pretty busy, or do you have a lighter workload this year? School is a lot. Okay, so it's taking up a lot of your time and effort. What the? It just popped right off. One of my biggest complaints with this brand of kit. It's the Kotobukiya. They don't stay together well. They'll go together okay, but they don't stay together. My armored core that I built is Kotobukiya, and I, in the end, ended up having to like just glue so much of it because things would just fall off for no reason. It's a pain in the butt. Where like my Gundam, put it together, stays together. It's great. and everything like is still movable. Like I didn't have to glue anything, so it's all still posable and movable. My only two projects were that podcast and this video, but I also had reading, other things I had to do too. Okay. I haven't had a chance to check out that podcast. I saw the link this morning, so thanks for sending it to me. I'm excited to check it out. Have you heard back a grade on it, or no, not yet? Did I get you expelled? Is that what's going on? They're like, well, this guy doesn't know anything what he's talking about. He's making everything up. And then work and whatnot. Yeah, I couldn't. I don't miss those days of like doing school all day. Well, like, so when I was at the Bible school I went to for college, I was a school bus driver. So I'd wake up at like 5 in the morning and go and drive school bus for a couple hours and then go to class, and then classes all morning and half falling asleep because I was up at like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and then have to do a route in the afternoon, you know, take all the kids home, and then school, like homework and all that stuff in the evening. So it was like nonstop, just exhausting, long days. You know, the only time to do fun stuff is late at night, but if you stay up late, it's like, all right, I gotta be up at 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the morning to then go to work again. This is like a vicious cycle of just not enough sleep, working too much, probably playing too much, having too much fun. You know, I should have been focusing more on my studies, but I'm like, I want to have fun too. I don't want to just like work all the time and do schoolwork and work. But yeah, it was exhausting. That's the time of my life I lived off of Red Bulls for breakfast as well. I would buy like 1 or 2 Red Bulls, and that's what I would have for breakfast every day. No food, empty stomach, just chugging a couple of Red Bulls during the route and a Red Bull during class. Probably messed me up for the rest of my life. 2 years of that. Nah, don't usually hear grades until like Wednesday. Okay. Well, let me know. Let me know if you failed. And then give me your professor's phone number, because I'll give him a call and set him straight. No, just kidding. All right, I think we're building... Okay, oh, we need these parts. We're adding onto this stuff. Okay, so they here they have it all like kind of closed up. How does that? Like this? Maybe? Or is this... This thing's so stiff. Oh, maybe like this? Oh, that's not right. They have it bent. I don't know. Something like that is what it looks like in the picture here. Oop, that just... Oh, that rotates. Oh, that's cool. Alright, D. Okay, H. I do have H's. Where's H? H is right here. H 14 and 15. Right down here, 14, 15. 14 on that side and 15 on this side. So how much longer do you have classes for, Kajoma? Like, when is your semester, I guess, end? Or year? Piece go. There it is. It blends in with the paper. I was like, Okay, there's the H's. I need the D. Where's D? Here's D. 12 and 15. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Have you ever put together a model kit, Kajoma? Or anyone? I mean, anyone can answer that question. If anyone else is out there in the chat listening in. Anyone else into doing models or Gundams or anything like that? Oh, I'm getting messages over on Discord. Oh, Kajoma sent me some links. I'll have to check those out later. In fact, well, I assume this one video is short enough. Maybe I'll watch it real quick. Hang on. That intro's pretty epic, not gonna lie. No, that's great. I mean, you gotta start somewhere, dude. This is great. Like, the actual animation part was awesome. It was only 6 seconds long, but it was great. That's awesome. Oh, man. What's this here? Ah, I see. Little website. Podcast. Nice. Okay, okay. Cool. Like that. I'll check that out later. Oh, man. All right. Let's see. What do I need to do? So this is D15, and this is D12. 15, 12. Okay. So this needs to go up there. Why don't... So see, like, what's the point of this? Why not just make that solid? Why have me put a little tiny piece in there to fill it in? It's so random. That is the wrong one though. This one goes to this one. It's so tiny. My fingers are so big. Ugh. See, like, what? Other than it just being a different color. But I also feel like the way this is like going to sandwich together, you're not even going to see that anyways. But whatever. Come on, where's the hole? Pop that bad boy in there. Nice. Do the same thing here. 15. And 14 goes into 12. There we go. Cool. And then one of these goes here, one goes in that hole there. Maybe. There we go. Nice. Still don't know what this thing... It kind of looks like it could be a foot. I don't remember Rex's feet looking like this, but we'll see. We will see. Urgh. Okay. That's something. Something at least. So this is the standard Metal Gear Rex kit. I also have the black edition. It's the same as that kit, just black. I'm kind of excited to put that one together eventually too. Let me see if I can. The box looks exactly the same. But yeah, it's literally just all the same piece of black and then like a brown, like a reddish brown, like rust almost. Looks pretty sick put together. But one thing at a time. One thing at a time. Don't want to get ahead of myself. All right. What's next? We did that. Let's do this one now. Okay, so this is start creating a whole new part here. So let's... The trickiest thing about doing streams like this is there's just so much stuff in the way. Like, you guys don't see it, but to me there's like, oh, there's like my microphone that I want to have close enough to me so you guys can hear me, but also it's kind of in my way for seeing this, so I have to like duck down. And there's a camera right here just out of view. You can't see it on stream because I have it just out of view of this camera, but there's a lot going on my desk right now that not super noticeable on the stream to you guys, but it's just I always forget, like, oh yeah, it's kind of difficult getting in and out of here. All right, so new part here. Let's do let's go ahead and make these little like bullet looking things. Oh, these are like the toes, so this is the feet, because these are like the toes that dig in. I remember them well because they smear Gray Fox into the ground at the end of the game. K13 and 14, and they slide together and make one piece. Oh, and there's two for each toe here, or each foot. I see. So here's... "13, 13, 14, 14. There we go. That piece... Where the heck did that piece go? Did you guys see where that rolled? Oh no! Oh, it went under my keyboard. What the heck? Okay. So this... So there's a groove. Is there a groove in here? Let me... There is a little teeny tiny groove. So this needs to come in here. Oh, I gotta clean up the sides. I can't leave the goobers on there. Okay, let's see if you guys get to see me chop my thumb off live on air. Break the TOS. Right. That would be bad. Just take the end of my thumb off. Everyone always says you're not supposed to cut towards yourself, but they've never used an X-Acto knife on a Warhammer Mini or in a model kit, because like cutting away is like doable, but it's just so imprecise. Like, so then the cut gets messed up, and the amount of times I've still like stabbed myself cutting away, it's like I'd rather go nice and slow towards myself. I feel like that's safer than like just willy-nilly cutting away from myself, like, oh, I hope this works. It's not going to be pretty, but it doesn't have to be, because it's going to be inside of a tube. You're never going to see it anyways, so. Because see, this is going to go just like... Where are you? There you are. Like that. Perfect. Go ahead and make this little toe. There we go. Get in there. Jeez, this one's going a little tighter. That's not ideal. Holy smokes. Okay. That's not coming out, that's for sure. Should have made that a little smoother, maybe. Oh well. All right, so we got 2 toes. I need H, which I have right here. Let's just make the other toes for the other foot, since I have this K sprue right here. Ah, don't roll away, please. No, 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 no. No, that's not allowed. There we go. Let's slim these down a little bit. These already feel pretty good. These ones cut a little better than the first ones, but okay. These tunes you're listening to in the background here are none other than DJ Trews, which we talk about on the show pretty much every week. If you like his stuff, go check him out. DJ Trews, and Trews is spelled T-R-O-O-Z. He's on Apple Music, he's on Spotify, he's on YouTube. YouTube Music, that is. I think he's also on YouTube. He is a streamer. He's here on Twitch. He's an awesome dude. He's been on a couple of ours. He's been on Super Gamer Book Club a couple times. Excuse me. Let me give him a quick shout out here. And if you want to, you can go check out his channel. Oop. Where is... There it is. I think he changed his name on... No, he did not. Okay, he's still the same. He had talked for a little bit about changing his name, I think, to DJ Trews on Twitch as well, but he's kept it the same. So yeah, Trouser Schnauzer. Let me do a shout out here. He's a good guy. Shout out at Trouser Schnauzer. Let's see if this works. Hey, it worked. Oh, jeez. So that's a game. What's that called? I don't know why I can't think of the name of the game. It looks like a ton of fun. I've never tried it before. I don't know. Have any of you guys played? What's that called? Something Company, right? My buddy David, SBFVGS. He streams it a lot, and it looks just absolutely hilarious. But it requires a crew to play. Like, it's not fun without a crew. And that's my problem, is not having a crew to play with, and my own schedule being busy enough to where when people like Trouser or my buddy David are playing, it's like, oh, I got work or I got something else going on. My schedule is so different than all my friends, unfortunately. Okay, so the toes are done. Let's cut out an H11 and an H6 here, or sorry, 16. Right down here. Check it out. Turn the music up a little bit. There we go. That is 11. We'll put it over there, and 16 we'll put over here. And then we also need D19. I'll be on this big one here. Wait a second. Okay. I almost cut it up here, and that would have been bad. I need to cut it down here, it looks like. Hey, what's up, Soak? How's it going? Thanks for stopping by. How's your Saturday going so far? Having a chill weekend or been busy? 20 frames in and coming to grips with how long this is going to take me. Oh no. Now, how many frames per second are you doing? Like, is that for one frame or 10 frames per second? Okay. So you've gotten 2 seconds of your video done. You need to do 900 frames. Oh my gosh. Good luck with that, buddy. Good luck with that. Man, not bad. Just ran a couple errands with my daughter. Now I'm kick back and relax, or kick back all weekend. Nice, dude. Yeah, that's a good feeling when you're like, all right, my work is done this weekend. Now I'm just gonna chill. Unfortunately, I say that I don't get the experience that often. When I don't know how old your daughter is, but my two boys, being 6 and 3, pretty much it's as long as they're awake, it's busy. It's like there's no break until they're asleep. But yeah, I know that's I look for there's I mean, today's an exception. My wife took them to a birthday party. That's like when we get a break. That's what this is right now. Me streaming this is a break because they went off to a birthday party. I'm like, I'm just gonna chill. And I don't really want to go to a little kid's birthday party. Got that tone there. But with not having a job anymore, I've been unemployed all week. I've spent a lot more time with my kids this week than I typically do. So yeah, I've been busy. That's one thing, like, I never thought about, like, when I lost my last day of work at my old job was Monday, and the rest of the week I'm like, I'm going to spend the rest of the week just applying to new jobs, and, it's going to be great. I'm going to have plenty of time. But really what it's turned into is applying to some jobs. I've applied to quite a few. But, man, it's like, that's a full-time job in itself, just applying to jobs. Like, honestly, it's like amazing how much time it takes to do that. And then on top of that, like my kids knowing they're like, oh, Daddy, you don't go to work, right? Let's play, let's do this, let's do that. And it's like, oh, wait, how did I get sucked into this? I gotta go. I should be looking for a job. But man, yeah, it's been a busy week. Busier, and that's what I was gonna say. It's like I've been busier this week than I have ever just when I had a job, which is wild. I'm shortcutting somewhat, and the first 4 seconds are going to be just one singular frame. I'm going to change in post. Okay, I see. Oh, I'm old. My youngest is 18. Okay. I'll be 47 September. Oh, all right. Yeah, you got a few more years on me than on me there. I just turned 30 in October, so. Oh man, yeah. So you're at the age. I mean, you've been at the age for a while where on a weekend you can just let them off to do whatever they want to do. You know, that's what I'm looking for. I can't wait till the day where my kids just are like, hey dad, we're gonna just go play outside or play in our room or whatever, like just do things on their own. I know I'll miss it. I'll miss being with them and playing with them, but in the moment currently I'm like, the day where I can actually just have a Saturday, that'll be a good day. I wish I knew what that said, because I assume it's a warning that I should have known before I put the toes together, but it's too late now. I would use Google Translate, but that's on my phone, and my phone is what I'm using as my camera. So you're just gonna risk it for the biscuit here. I'm at the age where I'm asking them to spend time with me. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's like right now I'm like, a break would be nice, but I'm sure in about 10 years or so I'm gonna be like, hey guys, you want to do something together? Hang out with me, please. I'm bored. All right, we need D8. Kids are great, though. Don't get me wrong. You know, it's like, I mean, and you know Soak, but I guess speaking to Kajoma, who's here in the chat as well, and anyone else, it's like, they're so much work and so exhausting. But at the end of the day, like, I couldn't imagine not having them now. It's like, oh man, they're so funny and so much, like, they're fun and funny at times. Yeah, they just keep things interesting around the house, that's for sure. All right. Be thankful you only have boys. Yeah, I mean, it's a blessing and a curse, I'm sure, because, boy, they have energy for days. It's like, all right, let's chill a little bit. Let's slow down, especially the 3-year-old. He's like doing backflips off stuff, and I'm like, you're gonna kill yourself, please. Please slow down. Please stop jumping off that. But yeah, I'm sure I have heard it's like, all right, they mellow out a little more as they get older, which is nice. Where other friends who have girls as they get older, that's when the drama can start to happen. Obviously, all kids are different, but I feel like most of the time that's what I hear is that girls can be a little harder as they get older. All right, got some toes in here now. Little toesies. Yeah, I'm super excited to have kids at some point. Yeah, kids are good. Kids are great. Just don't expect to ever have your own time at all. You no longer own your time. They are in control of everything. They are the boss. Wait, it went on tight. Guess that's good. Oh shoot! No, it's not good. Dang it! No! Get up! Oh, don't break! Don't break! That needs to go inside. This little piece here is popping out the wrong way. There we go. That's better. Squeeze that down again. Make sure it's nice and tight. All right. We got something going on here. Still don't know what to. I mean, I assume it's a foot, but it just looks so funny right now. I mean, it's curious to see. Yeah, see this kind of form up a little more. So, have you done any like Gundams or model kits or anything like that? I was asking earlier, maybe before you slid in here, but have you? Is that anything you've ever done or been interested in at all? I mean, for years I've done Warhammer minis. Loved it. And then just in the last year I've gotten into doing Gundam. I've done another Kotobukiya set of an Armored Core. This is a Metal Gear. Like, been fun to get into. Just nice, like, relaxing hobby. Not that video games aren't, but sometimes it's nice just to like do something a little screenless, you know. Okay, we need to go to step 7 now. So let's get D3 and 5. again. Now these, oh, I need PC. That's like the rubber pieces. Let's see what here they are. Yeah, this material is super weird. It's like really rubbery. Kind of cool. So they use it like the joints and stuff, things that are going to move around a lot. It's a pain to get things inside there. Like, it's such a tight fit, such a small tolerance. Always a pain in the butt, but at the same time, it's nice that it adds a little bit of flexibility and movement to some of the pieces. I need E and J. Alright. Even like the snips like cut through it. Funny. Kind of weird. It's not plastic, it doesn't go like that normal like pop. It's like a weird like squishy crunch. I don't it's not a very pleasant feeling and hand feel, if that makes sense. Alright. That's all the pieces for that step. Oh, come on, get off there. Let's slap this together here. Alright, I need this and this, so these two, 3, 5. We need to put the rubber pieces in first. Let's put J in here. It's in there good and tight. Put E in here. This will need to go facing down. See what I mean? These rubber pieces are just like willy-nilly with their sizes, and so hard to squeeze them into some of like the tight spots. Hey. What's weird is, oh, I was doing it wrong. That's why it's not fitting. I was doing the nubs this way. The nubs need to go that way. Yep, like that. It fit perfectly. I'm just a dummy. Alright, let's see here. Kajoma, have you played Metal Gear yet? I don't know if you're still here. I know you're kind of coming in and out, working on your project. I hope I was supposed to put it together. Okay, yes, that's right. Because there's no way this is coming apart. Because if you haven't yet, you need to. You need to play Metal Gear. I mean, the Master Collection is out. And after too many patches, it's finally good. It was not good for a while. It was rough. But they've done a lot of work, patched a lot of the bugs. I mean, most of the bugs were on console and Steam Deck anyways. Like on PC, I never really had issues. It was on Steam Deck, and then from what I heard, consoles were pretty janky. But it's they've done a ton of patches, and like on Steam Deck, it's fully like, I don't know if it's verified, but things actually work like there's actually audio in the games. That's a plus. And other bugs have been worked out, but it's so good. Oh, it's so freaking good. I played through the first two. I played through the first one within like the first couple days of it coming out, and then the second one I started right away, but then didn't finish until like maybe like a month or so ago because I got distracted with other games. And then I've been wanting to start the third one, but I don't know. As I've talked about before on the podcast, I was never a fan of the third one. I'm not a fan of Big Boss as a character for whatever reason. I don't know. His personality is just like It's just off because I love Solid Snake so much. So to me, it's like I want more Solid Snake. But even though they're exact clones, Snake is a clone of Big Boss. Like he's still a different person. There's a little bit difference to the personality that I like more. So that's Adrian thinks I'm crazy, but I don't know. Yeah, I've always been a fan of Snake more than Big Boss, but I've only played Metal Gear Solid 3 once. Same with 4. I've only played 4 once as well. So it's like, well, maybe that's another reason I don't love it. It's because I've played Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2 hundreds of times, you know, so many times. So maybe if I just played them more and I could learn to love the character, you know. It's like the reason I like Snake so much is because like I know the intricacies of every little like piece of dialogue and like him and his character, and like that's something I've thought about and, you know, experienced so much in my years of playing it. So like playing through 3, I've been hesitant, but it's like, oh, maybe I need to play it more because maybe I'm missing something that, you know, I would pick up if I actually played the game more than just the one time I did 15 years ago or whatever. You haven't still. I've been saying recently that I don't actually play video games, mostly due to school. Yeah, I get that. I totally get that. I mean, I go through seasons like that too. Heck, like we do a podcast, we do Super Gamer Boys, and there's definitely seasons where I am not really playing games. Like during What You Playing, it's like I don't have anything to talk about. It doesn't happen often, but maybe at least once a year, there's like a good like few weeks, like a month, where it's just like, oh, not much is going on. And every once in a while, there's like, sometimes it happens twice in a year, but I totally get that. Like when you're busy and you're tired and you're just like, the last thing you want to do is, yeah, like video games can be so much work mentally. Also, I have you just running on my computer in the same room that I'm shooting the thing, so I'm listening, but I don't always have the keyboard. Okay, cool. Thanks for the heads up. I appreciate it. I have these bad boys together here. Look at that. Yeah, I basically only play card games, Snap, Arena, and the Deck Builder that I'm most interested in at the moment. Nice. Yeah, I noticed. I mean, I've noticed that you haven't been streaming a lot for a while now. I mean, it's been months. You haven't really been streaming on your channel, but I notice you'll stream like on your Discord. That's cool. That's something that I don't know. I've thought about maybe even implementing with our stuff. I guess that the reason I haven't is because at this point we're so small. It's like we don't have a big enough. I feel like I don't have a big enough. We have a big enough community to like do just private streams and stuff like that. Where I understand you're not necessarily trying to grow your channel to something big. You just want to have fun with your friend. So that's where like the reason for doing it is different between you and me. But it does sound nice just to have like a more low key, like, oh, we're just friends hanging out, streaming and playing something together on a private Discord than being on Twitch and having to be on and talking and entertaining people. But not that I don't enjoy this. This is fun. This is great. But, you know, sometimes you don't always have things prepped to do this. It takes prep to do this, you know. Currently Slay the Spire, since I played a lot of ball. Oh, so is it, I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Balatro or Balatro? I don't know where that accent goes. Is it on the first syllable or the second syllable? But I've heard so much about that game and it sounds amazing. Like I want to pick it up so bad. It was even on sale like a month or so ago, and I almost bought it, but I'm like, no, I'm in the middle of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and I'm in the middle of like all this other stuff. It's like I don't have time for it, but it looks like a lot of fun. I was watching Premiere 2 on Twitch stream it. He's a big streamer over in. He's an American guy who moved over to Japan. He lives in Japan now. He usually does a lot of IRL streams, walking around the city and stuff. But anyways, he plays games as well. And he was playing through that. I'm like, oh, this looks like so much freaking fun. But yeah, it's just like, it's one, you know, when am I going to actually play this game? It's really hard for me to dedicate time to streaming with school and work because I don't feel comfortable scheduling time to stream instead of doing stuff with friends. Yeah, that too. It's like, I mean, for me, fortunately, I don't. Fortunately, unfortunately, I don't know. I don't have friends IRL really. Like I don't. I'm just in a season where all of my friends are online. So for me, streaming is hanging out with my friends usually. but the alternative to that is like, oh, am I gonna hang out with my friends online and stream, or am I gonna be with my family or my wife more realistically? Because at the end of the day, kids go to bed. It's like, oh, I should probably spend time with Trudy. Other times I want to stream and play games, but should technically do school, and so I don't actually stream or do school. Yeah. I say Balatro. So the accent on the second syllable. Balatro. Instead of Balatro. Okay. That's what I figured it was, but yeah, maybe if it goes on sale again, because I don't think it is anymore. Go away, G-Hub. I don't need you. I need Steam. I want to look on Steam. Ooh, Xbox Game Studios Publisher Sale. What? Xbox games are on sale on Steam right now. Flight Simulator, $35. Sea of Thieves for $20. Forza. Dang, there's a big Xbox sale on Steam right now. Did you know about this? Halo the Master Chief Collection for $9.99. That's insane. That's what? That's like 3-4 games for $10. That's an incredible deal. Dude, I'm so excited for Avowed. They have it listed here as coming soon. Avowed looks sick. And also, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 looks sick, but I need to play the first one. I really should play the first one before I go and jump out of the second one. That comes out in May. Senua's Saga. I did pick up Spiritfarer and some other games on Switch. Nice. I think I have Spiritfarer as well, because Eddie, Hophead Ed, recommended it a while back, and I got it on Steam, because it was super duper on sale on Steam. I was like, oh, I'll play this on my Steam Deck, and just never touched it, because I have a million other games on my Steam Deck to play. But that one did look cool. I think it's actually sick, because it includes Reach and ODST. Oh, really? Oh, Reach. My favorite Halo games are... 3 is probably my most favorite. ODST is my second favorite, and then Reach. Like, those are honestly like my 3 favorite. Granted, those are the ones I put the most hours in, so there's probably like a bias, because it's like, all right, I didn't how much time did I actually invest in the other games? Not a lot. Like, I don't know if I've played through Halo 1. I don't know if I've ever played through Halo 2. I played multiplayer in Halo 2. But I've never actually played the story of Halo 2. Halo 1 is just like, it's old. It's an old game. It plays rough, in my opinion. And then after Reach, I don't think I played a Halo after Reach, other than Infinite. But like 4 and 5, I never played 4 or 5. But yeah, Reach was so good. ODST is amazing. 3, obviously, I have hundreds of hours, especially in like Forge mode. Me and my brother. Reach is number 1 for me. The multiplayer isn't better than 3, but it's the best story. Yeah, I just remember going through my buddy, me and my friend Cooper. I was living in, I was a senior in high school. I was living in Papua New Guinea at the time. I was in a dorm going to boarding school, and one weekend I told my dorm parents, I was just like, hey, I'm gonna be spend the night at one of my classmates' house, and we spent we thought it was gonna take the whole weekend. We started at like Friday night and finished it by Saturday morning. We stayed up all night. It just blasted through Reach together. It was so much fun. my dad and I were trying to play through the Halo games, and I don't think we even finished Combat Evolved. Yeah, it's like those old games they're rough. They don't hold up great design-wise. It's like I know there's a lot of nostalgia there, especially with Halo 2 was kind of like big for the multiplayer scene, but gameplay-wise, like they're not. In my opinion, they don't really hold up. But again, I don't have the nostalgia for it. I played like 60% of Halo 2 like 8 times, but never beat it. I did play through 3 of my cousin one time. Reach is absolutely excellent. Also, we were trying to play through them in Africa. It's like 6-7 years ago. Okay, so I mean that's a little closer to when they closer. I was going to say closer to when they came out, barely. You know, they still were like early 2000s or mid 2000s games, but yeah, I don't know. To me, it's like Halo 1 and 2, like I played a lot for multiplayer with friends, but I didn't really play a story mode until 3. 3 to me is like the ending. Oh my gosh, so good. Like the flood in 3 was so much fun, and like the ending with just the planet blowing up and you trying to take off in a warthog, like driving across this planet as it crumbles. Or I guess, or was it a Halo ring? I don't even remember. It's been so long since I played it. But I just remember, like, this is such an epic scene. So much fun. AD 14 and 16. Halo 2 Anniversary is great. It looks really good, actually. Okay. I mean, even like, yeah, it looks like, especially with the Anniversary editions, like, it looks better. Don't get me wrong. But game design wise, like the way like puzzles were or like the maps were laid out, that's where things feel funky. It's like, where am I supposed to go right now? Like, what's going on? If we could figure out a time to play through the Halo games, I would totally be down. If you would want it as a stream thing, that would be fun, especially since I've never done it. You know, at least those earlier ones. That would be pretty cool. Maybe we'll have to figure something out sometime. I mean, at this point, I got to finish Kingdom Hearts. That's why I'm streaming Kingdom Hearts 2 right now on stream, is because Adrian is like, you got to play through Kingdom Hearts. So it's like, all right, I'll do Kingdom Hearts 2. And then I got other there's like, yeah, at least 2 or 3 Kingdom Hearts games I need to finish. And then, yeah, whether it's a side thing or whatever, like going through Halo would be cool as well. And probably take a lot less time. That's the other thing I've thought about. Like, man, this is a wild idea of mine to do. I might only do Kingdom Hearts 2 streaming, and then once I finish that, do the other ones off. Because when I can only play like 2 hours a week, 2.5 hours a week, it's going to take me like at least 15 weeks, because it's like a 30-hour game. So we'll see if I can stream other Kingdom Hearts games. But for now, it's like I needed something, and it is fun. It is fun, especially Kingdom Hearts being such a wild game. It's fun having people in the chat helping to explain things to me and give me tips and tricks and stuff. But doing through like a Halo series around that would be pretty cool. All right, clip, and. Nicholas McMath over on YouTube. What is up? How's it going? Welcome in. How is your Saturday going? If it is in fact Saturday where you are, I guess I don't know. Maybe you're not in North America. Maybe you're in Australia, and it's like Sunday morning. I don't know. Where is G? G. Oh, let's put these together first. That's what it says. Oh no, it says do this first and then that. So let's cut these out. I need G1. Oh, whoops. Yeah, I got ahead of myself cutting out both of these. I shouldn't have done that. I'll just set those over there. Okay, so G1 for now. That's all I need. That's snip, 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 Going good, man. It is Saturday where I'm at. And Love Lies Bleeding was a good movie. Oh, yeah. You were going to go see that you were telling me about that on Thursday. Was it... So again, I've only seen like one little ad on Instagram. I haven't watched any trailers or anything of it. I know of it, and again, I've seen... there was a little bit of a trailer on Instagram. It was kind of a trailer. But at the end of it, I don't think I watched the whole trailer, and what I did see, I was just kind of like, oh, I don't quite understand what kind of movie this is. I guess I would have found out if I watched the whole trailer and maybe watched another trailer. But yeah, what kind is it? Like more drama, or is there? Yeah, I guess what's the genre of the movie? What's your? You say it was good. Like you have a like a 2 or 3 sentence review of it. Like what genre is it? And then what did you like about it? Was it like good cinematography? Was the story interesting? Like what's kind of going on with that? Because I don't. Again, that's a project I don't know much about, but I do enjoy movies, hearing about them, hearing your thoughts. Is it worth me checking out? Is it worth watching? Oh, I guess another question: is it worth watching in theaters, or is this one a totally fine one to watch at home? Because like we talked about on Thursday, like Dune, it's like, okay, I understand Dune is like amazing to see in theaters, but then there's some movies where it's like, oh, it's more about the story than the action. You don't need to see that in theaters or whatever. Okay. This is so tight because there's that rubber piece we put in there, so it's like, ugh, there we go. All right, I need PCI. This one here. Nice. I see. Look at that. That's a nice little slid right in there. Perfect. I need A13. You guys can't see it because it's off the bottom of the camera here. I wonder if I can bring this over a little bit more. You can see more of that. I need a new holder for my phone. I don't like, this is like a bendy, flexible one, and it's a pain in the butt to adjust. There we go. It's a little better. A, where's A? Over here. Bada bing. Right? A13. Just a little piece here. What time is it? 12:39. Oh, so Caleb, I don't know if you're... Well, yeah, you said you are. I know you're in the chat. You're in the chat. You're listening to me right now. You said previously... So I'd said before that the reason I don't have our full chat on the stream is because Twitch apparently has issues with unmoderated chats, like chats that they can't moderate themselves. So there's there's a reason I can't have, even though we dual stream on YouTube, I can't, or I shouldn't, from what I understand, show our YouTube chat on the stream, because then Twitch will get upset. I think when we talked about that before, you mentioned you did some research about it, and okay, the reasoning was kind of due to Kick. So if I was to show the YouTube chat though on a stream, like, do you feel like we could get in trouble? That would be bad, or I don't know. I guess what I'm wondering is, like, if the issue's Kick, then they shouldn't have an issue with the YouTube chat. or is it better safe to be safe than sorry? I just don't want to get in trouble, but I also, it's like, oh, it'd be nice if like people over on Twitch can see what Nicholas McMath is saying right now over on YouTube. Like otherwise I just have to, I mean, I try to catch everything I can, read it, but sometimes I miss stuff and I feel bad. Like I noticed on Thursday night there was stuff I missed from Nicholas, and is this because it just goes so fast? Oh, actually, Nicholas says here, I say it more drama, like kind of a crime drama, and I like the cinematography of the movie and the music. I like how it's weird. It did get, but the ending, I didn't know how I feel yet. Okay, so it's one of those where you just kind of like suck on it a little bit, like a jawbreaker, kind of thinking about it. I enjoy movies like that. I never really thought much about it until, for years, my main movie intake was like Marvel movies, and then just recently, like in the last 3-4 months, we watched a non like superhero or Star Wars. Like pretty much all my movie intake is like Marvel, Star Wars, Marvel, Star Wars, Marvel, Star Wars. And I realized like, oh, I haven't watched like just real cinema, if that makes sense. Not to say like there's not good Star Wars and Marvel movies, but like, oh, this is just a movie with a I don't know, like I don't know how to explain it without sounding reductive or generalizing, like, but there's a difference between like a cash grab Marvel and Star Wars project versus like, oh, this is this person's project or a passion project and they love what, whatever they're working on. Like it's more of a story from the heart or something like that. And so yeah, watching we watched Drive, I think it's called, directed by Nicholas Winding Refn. And man, like that one was so good. I loved it. And I love how even on the ending, you kind of like chew on it a little bit. Like, okay, all right, I gotta like think about this. How do I feel about what just went down? So yeah, it's always good. Movies like that are always great. I love it. And I'm realizing again, like I always loved them before, and then in the last couple months, I've been like, oh, I want more of that. I want more movies that just make you think. Like you don't know how you feel. Like, am I happy about this? Am I sad? Am I frustrated? Like, what's going on? Movies that make you feel. I still think it's a prong. I don't think they can only discriminate against one service. I know that people were doing it, but I'm not sure if people have faced repercussions yet. Okay. So yeah, it sounds like it's not like showing the chat's not allowed. I just remember, so the only research I did was I watched one video by, what's that guy's name? He has like the Stream Beats. You're gonna know exactly who he is, Kajoma, because you've talked about him before. I can't think of his name. Senpai Game. Yeah, that's his business. I was watching his Harris Heller. Yeah, Harris Heller. And I remember, I feel like in his video he said that he did it. He had the YouTube in his chat, but he just made sure it was hard. Like you just couldn't differentiate which was which kind of thing. Like he had an app set up, so it just took the logo away or whatever. I'm like, that's one way to do it. Like who's going to actually sit in check kind of thing. Like, wait, that wasn't in the Twitch chat. That's from somewhere else. So I thought about like, oh, maybe if there's a way to like kind of clear it of any sort of identifiers, it's like I can get away with it. But right now the app I used for tracking our stream chats, it shows, unfortunately, the logo, like it shows a Twitch logo or a YouTube logo right next to it, so it's like it would be really tricky to do so. But he did it while, that's what it was, he did, yeah, while talking to the Twitch. See, I remember that. Yeah, he had both chats going. Nicholas says, it's very A24. Even you see any you kind of know what you're getting into. I recommend it. I think it's worth seeing in theaters. It is near theater because it's not in very many theaters. Okay. Yeah, I hear amazing things about A24. I think the only A24 movie I've seen is Uncut Gems, the Adam Sandler one, and that one was totally one of those movies where I'm just like. And I only watched that recently. That's one of we watched Drive, and then we watched Uncut Gems like a week later. And I was like, what the heck? Like, what is going on? Like, at the end of Uncut Gems, I was not expecting that. It just, like, blew my mind. I was like, I need to, like, go and I don't know. I just need to just go be alone for a minute. Like that blew my mind. Again, when all your movie intake is junk food, Star Wars and Marvel, and it's been years since you watched like a real movie, and you watch something like that where it's like, oh, it makes you really think and process through it. It's like, shoot, that was insane. It was so good. But also one of those movies, similar to like Joker. It was an amazing movie that I'd never want to watch again. Like Joker was fantastic. I saw it in theaters, but I was like, yeah, I don't need to watch this one again. You can have the chats merge on Euron, but not show it. And that's what we have, Kajoma. I have the chats merged on our OBS. I have an app that shows both, but again, it'd be nice for the stream to be able to see both sides. And then everyone could feel included. I would like that, but I don't know. We'll see. What movie were we talking about? Oh, Nicholas was talking about he saw... Sorry, I was trying to scroll back in the chat, but the chat app isn't letting me scroll back. It's called Love Lies Bleeding. It's a movie with what's her name from Twilight, I think, right? Kristen Stewart. You need to watch Everything Everywhere All at Once. I've heard amazing things about that, and I had it on my list, my watch list for a while, but I never. I think it was on Netflix, but then we got rid of Netflix because we didn't really watch too much on there in general. And we were trying to save some money. We're like, let's stack up a few things on Netflix, and then what we'll do is like pay for a month, watch a bunch of stuff, and then cancel it again. But we haven't gone back. But I've heard amazing things about it. Uncut Gems ending literally was jaw-dropping. Yeah, like I was not expecting that. I was just like, no way, they did it. This is great. Pulled it off, and then like the 180 it pulls at the end. It's like, oh man, I feel like it's got like kicked right in the nutsack. Like, what is happening? Absolutely wild. I've watched Everything Everywhere All at Once 3 times and cried every time. Dang. Yeah, that's what I hear about this A24 in general. Like, there's a couple of my friends who are like, A24 never misses. Everything they put out's a banger. And the only movie by A24 I think I've seen is just Uncut Gems. And yeah, it's like that's one of those. That's why I'm so stoked about Kojima production. Like A24 is making the Death Stranding movie. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be. I hope it's so good because everything I've heard about A24 is amazing, and the one movie I've seen is like mind blowing. That yeah, it would just be very I'm so confused about this piece here. They could potentially make something just so epic and get more people hopefully playing the video game, right? So are we just not finishing this down here? It's just open-sided? This is kind of weird. I need G3 now. Oh, I see. I'm going to put it... I need to add pieces to it and then put it together. Okay. So G3... Right? Is it this way? This way? This way. That way. There we go. And B2... That's A. There we go. B2. Okay, so this needs to slap on here. You know what game I've been getting a hankering to jump back into is Fallout. I've been watching the Fallout show on Amazon, and it's just so freaking Like, they're doing such a good job with the show. As we talked about in the last episode of the podcast, I don't know if it's... Some people are like, oh man, this blows Last of Us out of the water. It's so freaking... I am not in that camp. I don't think it's better than the Last of Us show. I think it's on par with it, though. I think they are equal. Because they both have their different issues. But man, for the most part, like, they're just nailing it. It is so good. The Fallout show is so fantastic. I love the soundtrack, the characters, the story so far. Like, I'm not done with it yet. I'm only on like episode 4 or 5. But and it's making me really want to play a Fallout game. Because I haven't played Fallout in such a long time. And really what I want to get into, I want to get into Fallout 76, because I've heard they've done a bunch of updates and like made it so much better, because I played 76 at launch and it was so bad. It was very bad. But I've heard they've made a ton of changes and it's supposedly good now, or better, you know? But it's one of those things, again, you gotta have friends. It's a game you're supposed to play together with people, and I don't have anyone to play with. So like, I don't want that to ruin my experience again. It's like, it'd be fun to go into it with some friends, but I heard that's part of a lot of the updates they added to it, because that's what the issue was initially, is you had to play with friends, and people were mad about that. Like, there was no NPCs no more. Like, it was just empty, which makes sense kind of story-wise, because you're supposed to be the first ones going out into the world, but that doesn't make for a good video game when there's nothing happening in the world. So that's from what I understand, they've added a lot of NPCs and more stuff happening in the world for you to be able to like do and connect with and chat with and stuff. But so it might be fine to play solo now, but again, the bread and butter of it is supposedly, you know, the whole fun of it is building bases with your friends, basically playing, you know, Minecraft. Like, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like it's like a survival / base building game, like basically what Fallout initially was. Fallout saved the world, you know. Oh, sorry, did I say Fallout? I didn't mean to say, that's the name of the game. Fortnite. Fortnite was initially. So these go together to make one whole piece. This slides in here. Correct. This here. I need B4 and B5. Where did I? Oh, I put B back. There we go. 4 and 5. Okay, cool. So let's see. So this will go like this. Gonna slide it. Little grooves there. Nice. Ah, see, these are things I'm gonna need to glue on. These little like shells on the side. There's no way they're staying there. Like already, like it's. I needed to grip something to squeeze, and I can't because they just come off. It doesn't work very well. Let me see. Where's my brightness up a little bit, so you guys can see a little better what's going on. I feel like the camera is very saturated or I don't know. I think it makes my skin tone so intense. I wonder if I can change that. I mean, just using my iPhone. I don't know if I can even adjust that. The white balance, maybe white balance would be that. Cool off a little bit. No, that's not the problem. It's just like the saturation is very high. That's funny. There's not even an option for that. It is what it is. Cool. That looks complete to me. Oh wait, no, I gotta put this on 5. Slide in there. Nice. Look at that. Oh, maybe not. Hang on. Why isn't that going in there? There we go. When in doubt, push harder. Oops, shouldn't have done that. Shoot. No. Yeah, let's keep that out a little bit so it doesn't get lost. Okay, up here now, let's do number 11. I need C29 and I. C29 right there, look at that. Here's I. So I need 5, 7, 13. 5. I'm gonna put them in as I pull them out, just in case they're like, oh, there's different shapes. Okay, well, just in case. I don't want to don't want them to go in the wrong spot. So let me just. That one, there's 7. And 13 I'll put over here. Okay. Gotta trim the top off that. Didn't quite fit. Hits. Flip. Philippe. How's it going, Kajoma? Update. Status report. You 30 frames in now. Wow, there's like crud. It's weird. 197. All right, you're going to town. It's awesome. Only another 600 and No, that's not right. 603. Is that right? No, 703. I'm kind of trucking, get close to being done with this room. Nice. Oh, and then you're gonna leave us? You're gonna leave me? You just take me on your phone. 663. I thought you said you were doing 900 frames. Oh well. Either way, I'm glad it's only 663 because that's less work for you. If it was... Oh right, you had those 40 frames where you're gonna do stuff in post. I remember now. I remember. Oh, why did my light just turn off on my phone? Did it overheat? Oh man, it's smoking hot. Yeah, that makes sense. It won't even let me turn it on. That's fine. I don't want it on. I want that to stay off. Phone is getting a little toasty between being plugged in and having the flashlight on. I need to get an actual like secondary webcam. I'm gonna do more of this stuff. Gonna add in like a lightning thing. Nice. The phone's taking the pictures, unfortunately. Yeah, it's tricky to watch a stream and take pictures at the same time. Although on iPhone at least, the Twitch app has a feature where even when you close the app, it actually like in the top, or you can move it around. It can either be like in one of the top corners or the bottom corners of your screen. It keeps like a little like picture in picture of the stream going, which is always, I thought was kind of cool. So if you want to watch it while you're like surfing Instagram or whatever, you can keep it open. I assume there's something on Android too like that, but who knows? Maybe not. I also, people just do audio only listening, although that's not as exciting. I don't get people who do that. They just sit and listen. Like if it's a podcast format that works, like for our show, great, awesome, do it. Do audio only. You don't need to watch us, just listen. That's what a lot of people do. But for like people playing games, it just seems so weird to listen to someone playing a game. But I don't know. I've never tried it. Maybe it's cool. Maybe it's fun. Maybe just grab like a $20 webcam for a top-down. I definitely could, but I'd kill my battery. Yeah, we talked about the feature beforehand. All right, rub it in. I definitely do a lot of dual monitor of Magic gameplay. Yeah, I should just get like a cheap. Although, like, what's nice with the iPhone is like I'm only shooting at 1440p. I like putting up to 4K, so I can get like really high quality, which is cool. But that also just means my phone is inaccessible. So if someone's texting me right now, I'm not getting it. Which, that reminds me, I should probably, yep, 2 text messages. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Sorry, one sec. I need to... Okay. We're still here. I just realized, like, oh, I'm not getting... I have my Apple Watch on. I don't know why it's... Maybe... So the problem with the Apple Watch is it doesn't ding with a notification if my phone is on. Because it just assumes, oh, the phone's on, you're on your phone. So you don't need that. But the problem is... That's not true. That's not what's happening. Come on, flip. Flip, camera, flip. There we go. Yeah, I should get a webcam or something cheapo. Oops. Especially since I don't do this super often. There's no sense in investing in another like $1,000 camera for streams that I only do this once in a while. I think honestly I could probably fully understand what was going on in Magic Game from audio. Yeah, that makes sense, especially if you really super duper know what it is. I'm confused by this image. What am I doing here? Oh, did you end up hearing anything about that interview? Don't get me started. So I had a big interview on Tuesday, and I was supposed to hear back from them by the end of the week. I heard back from them on the next day, on Wednesday, just saying, hey, would you mind sending us your portfolio? So I sent them a link to my portfolio online. And then, well, there's no update other than just, oh, wow, thanks for getting back to us so fast. That was awesome. Because it was at the end of the day on Wednesday, so I think they were probably expecting I wouldn't see it till the next day. Joke's on them. I don't have a job. I don't have anything better to do but just sit on my phone all day. So I did. I sent them that, and then I haven't heard from them. The position isn't for a creative position, so I was surprised they asked for the portfolio. I applied to 2 positions. I applied as a marketing or a digital acquisition manager and then a video editor position. The interviews I've been doing have been for the digital acquisition manager, but they asked a lot of questions at the interview about my experience with video editing and graphic design and all that. So it almost felt like a soft interview, an interview for that position, and then also like a soft interview for this other position. So I'm hoping the fact that they asked for the resume, hopefully the people I interviewed with in the like those directors, because it was like a couple of the directors from that department. I hope after the interview they went and talked to their buddy in the other department for the video editor and kind of like put in a good word for me. And that's why they're asking for the portfolio. So we'll see. So yeah, it's kind of a bummer though. I didn't hear anything all week. I was supposed to hear. They said by the end of the week. I didn't hear anything. So I'm hoping. I sent them email on Friday afternoon saying, hey, just want to check in, see if there's an update. Didn't hear anything. So I'm hoping they wake up, or they get into work Monday morning and see that and get back to me right away Monday. But we'll see. It sucks. It does suck, Kajoma, because I would like to get back to work as soon as possible because we got bills to pay and it's not cheap living in California. Fortunately, I applied for unemployment. I've gotten it before when I needed it a couple years ago. Hopefully I can get it again this time. But even that, will barely cover our rent and our car payment. We just bought a car last year thinking, oh, I got this awesome job that pays well and I'm going to plan on having it for years to come. And then now it's shoot, I don't have it anymore. Yeah, hopefully that means they're interested in the video. That's what I'm hoping, is that after asking for the portfolio, because honestly, I would much rather be doing that job than I can do the digital acquisition manager stuff. I'm capable of it and I'd be good at it. But man, my passion is definitely the creative side. And that's another thing they asked during the interview. They asked me twice because I showed up and ended up being 2 different interviews. It was 45 minutes with one person, 45 minutes with another person. I wasn't expecting that, but they both asked separately in their interviews, if you had an option between A or B, or if you had to rate out from 1 to 10, would you rather do the creative job or this job? And I was like, I would love a creative job. I love making things. So again, I hope that just means I'll get a call next week saying, hey, we want to offer you the video editor position, but we'll see. I'm hoping Monday, since I sent the email. They're definitely going to see the email. So if they don't get back to me right away, they're just stalling. I don't know what they're doing. Lollygagging. We'll see though. Nicholas McMath says, do you like Stranger Things? I love Stranger Things. Trying to remember. Yeah, the last season was good. It was very different. It was very dark. My wife would watched all the other seasons, but this season was very dark and violent, or not even. Yeah, I don't know. It was just like the people getting possessed and stuff, and how gruesome it was. Their bodies just getting ripped apart. My wife didn't end up watching it. She kind of backed out. She's like, nope, I'm good. But I watched through it. I ended up watching it separately with my brother-in-law, and it was very good. Uh, I'm interested to see what they're gonna do. I'm kind of glad it's taken a darker tone because um, I feel like it kind of had to with the source material they're going with. Like kind of like basically what's happening is it's like it is like they're summoning stuff from the pits of hell. So it's like, oh, it's only a matter of time before like it had to kind of get dark, or else it was just going to kind of feel cheesy. I think of it as still like very childish at this point, and with them as characters growing up, it kind of feels appropriate. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what comes next. I know there's next season coming out. When is that coming out? Have they announced a date at all, or I have no idea. Soak's back. Sorry, I had to walk my brother through checking his AC. No worries, no worries. Thanks for coming back. I appreciate it. Kajoma has the Facecam webcam as a 922 Logitech, and then just like a 10-year-old webcam for top-down magic stuff. I've looked at the C922. I used to have that actually before I got like an actual mirrorless camera. So like right now, my webcam, it was a Canon M50, which is like a $600 mirrorless. And it was fine. It wasn't great. But now I use my... It's overkill, don't get me wrong, but I have it, so I might as well use it. I bought a Sony FX30 cinema camera that I was hoping to use for like projects and work and, you know, fun stuff, whatever, Super Gamer Boys. That's what I'm using for my webcam now. So it's like a $1,500 camera, so it's definitely overkill. But it's like one of those things I'm like, well, I have it, might as well use it. But yeah, I need to get like a cheaper one for top-down stuff. Just like for this, then I don't have to use my phone. Kill the battery on it. Nicholas says, I think about moving to California myself 5 years ago because I find out how much it costs to live there, but I figured I couldn't afford to live there. Yeah, I would probably not be able to live here either, except that we live with my my in-laws. Initially, my wife and I, we lived on our own. We used to live up in Modesto in Central California. It's a little bit cheaper there. But even there, like prices started going up. And what kind of happened is like we started getting priced out of our current place we were in, like our lease was ending. And then my in-laws had space in their home. And they're like, hey, why don't you just move down here to San Diego and live with us? And it's been great because we could not afford to live in San Diego otherwise. Even with my income before. Like, it's insane. Basically, the income I was making before, me and my wife both would have to be working full-time doing that, which means we wouldn't be able to have kids. Like, so if we didn't have kids and my wife was working full-time making the same salary as me, we would be able to afford to live here. But with just a single income, and I don't, like, I was making decent money. So, like, but with a single income, it's impossible. Like, it is so freaking expensive in San Diego. It's wild. And there's articles written about that because it's like where it's considered like one of the more most expensive places to live, just simply because the wage, like what jobs actually offer for wages here, is so far under what it actually costs to live here, which is wild. It's like, how do they get away with that? I did that completely wrong. What? I was like, that's so stupid. Why is it making me do that? I see what's happening now. These need to slide up into that. Oh. Hang on. Look at that. It pops in there and then it's like a little flap. Look at that. That's so cool. I was like, this doesn't feel right the way I had it before. I was like, this definitely is not right. I was correct, I'm thinking now. Alright, that's better. Much, much, much better. This is going to go here, correct? Yep. It's going to pop open. That's cool. I don't know how you get to that one popping this thing off. It doesn't have a date yet. The next season of Stranger Things, but I'm excited for season 4. It's so good. I watched it with my sister, the first episode, and she didn't want to continue. Yeah, it's like I watched the first episode on my own, and my wife originally was just like, "Oh, I'll just catch up with you." And then after I watched it, I told her, I'm like, "I don't think you're gonna like this." And kind of described like one of the scenes to her. She's like, "Oh no, I'm good. Never mind." I'm not gonna watch that. Alright, this is starting to make a little more sense. This looks like a foot. This looks more like a foot. Metal Gear. Okay, cool. Step 13. Let's do the other foot now. G6, and I already have these right here. Where's G? Right over here. Perfect. There we go. Rubber pieces. Let's see, is it still hot? Yeah, it's pretty warm. I'm gonna turn the light back on, but a little toasty. That's the one I cut off from before. PCI. Just I? I thought there was another one. Oh, that's fine. A4. Man, my cheek still hurts so bad. I don't know. Some of you guys were here at the beginning of the stream, but I was eating some pizza. Bit my cheek so hard it made like a crunch sound. That's not a good sign. When you bite your cheek so hard that it crunches like an apple, that's a problem. Let me tell you. Hurts real bad still. Very swollen. What I get trying to eat too fast while talking. That's gotta hurt. Yeah, man. It's like I don't know why. I do it more often than I should. As a grown adult, I don't know how I do it. I don't know if my teeth are too big for my mouth or what's wrong with me, but I do it more often than you'd think I would. Usually not that hard, but again, I was talking and introducing the stream and trying to just hurry up so I could get building things, and then I'm like, oh no, crunch. No, the worst, actually, the worst is when you bite your tongue. Because then it like swells up and you keep biting it. Like at least my cheek, it's kind of like out of the way. Like if I was eating or drinking something, it might be an issue. But your tongue, so many times I'll bite my tongue and it like swells up, and then you start like talking like this, where it's kind of like rubbing, and then you keep biting it, and it's like, dang it, stop it! It keeps getting more swollen. It's like, why? Stop doing that. Sorry, I mean season 4 was good. Season 5 considers changed the horror show, so season 4. I'm trying to remember what's the one this season that just what's the last season to come out of Stranger Things? I guess I can look it up. I'll just look it up since Stranger Things. So 4. Okay, so 4 is the most recent one that come out, and that's the one that was more horror themed. Yeah. Yeah. Up until then, it was very tame, very chill, in my opinion. Like it had its spooky, creepy moments, but it was very tame compared to season 4. They kind of went all out. To the point where, yeah, like I said before, my wife was like, no, I'm good. Even with Fallout, she's been like, she'll watch up until there's like a fight breaks out, because it's so over the top violent. Which is funny, like I can't remember if I talked about it on the podcast this week, but the Fallout video games are extremely violent, like super violent, super gory, way over the top. But it just doesn't feel that way because it's a video game. Like okay, you're blowing people's arms and heads off and stuff using VATS, and it's all slow-mo and blood and gore. But it's like, all right, it's Xbox 360 graphics. You know, you play Fallout 3. It's like, it's not. Even Fallout 4 on PS4 is just kind of like, oh, okay, whatever. Like, it's a video game. It's very... Bethesda isn't about having the highest fidelity graphics, you know? But then watching the Fallout show and, like, in the very first episode, fight breaking out, and it's just like people's heads just getting split in half by shotguns and forks stabbed in eyes, like hands and legs getting blown off, like chopped off, like people get cut open. It's like, oh my gosh, this is on another level when it's live action. And for me, it was jarring because I don't know, I just wasn't expecting, because again, like coming from a video game, it's kind of like, oh, whatever. But seeing it live action is like really intense. But right away, my wife's like, I'm gonna be on my phone, and just like she just looks down whenever like a fight breaks out. She's like, I'm not here right now. I'm doing something else. I've got my tongue a few times on fun. Yeah, it was a bit campy season 1 and 2 in my opinion. Yeah, it was campy, but that was kind of the point. I think that was the point of it. It was supposed to be like kind of campy 80s, right? Like silly. Like I feel like that was kind of the point of it. And that's what made it fun. It's like, oh, it's kind of campy 80s horror. Like horror without being straight up horror. I don't know. Yeah, in my opinion, it was like campy on purpose, which is because this kind of paying homage to not only the time period the show kind of takes place in, but like other horror things of that time, where they've kind of turned the corner. Now they're like, no, now we're trying to like, as the show is kind of maturing, the characters are maturing, like the horror aspects of it is quote unquote maturing, I guess you could say. I kind of stopped watching as soon as the first fight broke out. Yeah, that first fight is just like, it's almost, I do feel like they kind of went over the top right out the gate, because even like the next fight after that, it's like, oh, it's still intense but not the same level. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm already desensitized to it after watching the first one. I'm like, this is fine. I was talking to my coworker about it, and he thought that was incredibly funny. I tried to watch more the other night and decided to go watch more X-Men instead. Yeah, it's like, it's and I understand like it is kind of done over the top to be humorous, because it's like, what, this isn't realistic, this is ridiculous. But again, that works in a video game for it to be over the top, because it's a video game. Where when it's over the top in live action, it's like, okay, maybe they're like, in the video game it's over the top to be funny, but it's okay because it's a video game. But when it's over the top in live action, it can be too much. It's like, oh, this is a little intense for some people. So I don't know. I see how it can still kind of come like, yeah, still kind of be quote unquote humorous because it's like, wow, this is very over the top, unrealistic, absurd. But it's like, oh yeah, you're kind of putting off a whole bunch of people who are not going to continue on because of it. Have you finished the X-Men show? Like, are you rewatching? Because I thought you had mentioned somewhere that you had finished it, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you had. Maybe it wasn't you. That there was someone else on our Discord. Are you? Because yeah, I think it was. Oh, it was Adrian and Sir Prince-A-Lot. It was them who was talking about. They finished it up. It sounds like it's a wild ending. Like they both said, like it almost brought them to tears. I haven't watched any of the new X-Men series yet because we don't have Disney Plus at the moment. But that's crazy. I get it. I get it. Cartoons can actually have emotional weight to their stories, but for an X-Men show, in my mind, I'm like, really? For this? But yeah, I haven't watched any of it. I just started the Motendo episode. I've heard really good things. Yeah, is it only 6 episodes? I have no idea. I haven't watched any of it, so I have no idea. I generally, that's how Disney shows go. Usually they're only like 6 episodes. Like I'm just trying to think of even like Mandalorian and some of the Marvel shows. They're usually like 6 to 8 episodes. That's G. I need it now. 15 and 16. Oh, there's another one coming out. Oh, okay. So I didn't realize it was coming out weekly. I thought they released the whole season at once. I thought that was it. Interesting. Okay. And I didn't realize it. I thought that was the end of the season. I thought they had watched up and it just ended and that was the end of the season. I didn't realize they're doing the whole like weekly episode thing. So it's going to be interesting. So I wonder how many episodes there's going to be then. I'm curious. Sorry, man, I deleted a lot of my previous messages by accident. I meant to say I didn't consider Stranger Things a horror show until season 4. Oh yeah, no, 100%. I'm right there with you, Nicholas. I think that was the point. I don't think it necessarily was supposed to be a horror show. Or like it was supposed to pay kind of homage to those things, but it definitely isn't. Like it's not scary. Obviously it has like some, like the creatures and the monsters are very campy, light-hearted horror, if that's a thing. Like it could be, but it definitely was more action-oriented. Where yeah, it's become more horror now. It's become like less of just an action show. And that wasn't even an action show before. It was a drama that had some like creatures that were creepy but not like scary. Where now it's like, oh, the stakes are so much higher, and the creatures are premise, everything has gotten darker in tone. But yeah, I totally agree with you there. There was a total of 10 episodes. Apparently, they started with 2 and have gone weekly. I see. It's very shocking to me that fall launch with the whole thing. Yeah, I like that as well. Starting with 2, so then people can get like a good, because in the pilot episode, like the first episode, you don't always get the full gist of the show. So I think that was a good move on them. So that way people can figure out like, oh, can really figure out what the show is what the feel of the show is gonna be. Like, you can usually tell the feeling of the show within the first couple episodes. So yeah, I think I'm right there with you. I think that was a good idea on them to do that. I was also shocked that Fallout launched everything, and that they launched early. Like, it was supposed to come out on Friday, and then it was like Wednesday. All of a sudden, it's like, hey, we dropped it early. Go watch it, and it's all out. At first, I thought they just dropped the first episode early. Like, I read an article or like a headline, and the headline made it sound like just the first episode was out. But then I fired up Amazon. I'm like, oh, the whole season's here. Not only is the whole season up at once, but it's up early. That kind of blew my mind as well. I think it could have. I don't know. I like the idea because you could just binge the crap out of it if you wanted to. And I mean, by doing that, they've already been okayed for a second season because, yeah, people binge the crap out of it. And so now, they got the A-OK to make a new season. Great. Awesome. That's great. But, yeah, I like the model, the weekly model. I kind of enjoy that a little bit more generally, I think. Soph says it's funny you're building a model. I was looking at some Dragon Ball Z stuff at Target earlier today. Nice. Do they have Dragon Ball Z model kits at Target? I don't know. I didn't realize Target had like models and stuff like that. I guess I've never paid that much attention, but yeah, it's a fun new hobby. Like I said, I was into Warhammer before, but minis are a little different. Doing miniatures, it's just like, all right, it's like 4 pieces and then you're done. Except for this one. Oh man, this one was so many pieces. I haven't finished painting it. I've only put like a base coat down, but I don't know if you can even really see it. It's kind of dark. Can't get my flashlight here. You can see some of the detail. But like this is like such teeny tiny pieces, like that blood splatter there is like so difficult to put together. Like it's so fragile, like just you breathe on it wrong and it's gonna break. And like to get up like all these are like, this kit was the most insane thing I've ever put together. I want to paint it up. I think it's gonna look super sick, but the Necron from Warhammer. But yeah, in the last year getting into like the bigger kits, I'm like, there's something about this. Like it's a longer process you can really get into, and it's a lot of fun. They had some decent models. Okay. Again, I didn't even realize they had like a model section. At least our Targets don't, or Target I've been to, I should say. Maybe I've missed it though. What did I just do? I've done this. Okay, I'm here now. I need B6. Warhammer stuff is so cool. Dude, I love Warhammer. I wish I had more time to do Warhammer stuff. I just have too many hobbies between model kits, video games, Warhammer, on top of also wanting to be able to do like cool video projects and photography and like stuff like that. It's like, got too much going on, man. It's fun to have the variety though, I guess. Like if I get bored of one thing, I can just slide over to something else. It's always fun. B7. So have you maybe, I think I feel like I asked you earlier, but maybe it's when you had walked away from the stream. So, or I guess this question can go to anyone. Soak, Kajoma, you guys into doing any model kits? Have you guys done any? I know you, Kajoma, you do Lego stuff, but have you ever done any model kits? Any Gundams, anything like that? Anything by Bandai Namco is definitely Bandai Namco is a video game company. Bandai. Those are my, like the Gundam kits. Those are the best. Kotobukiya, which is what this brand is, this kit, which they're like the two big competitors in Japan for model kits is Bandai, who does Gundams, and then Kotobukiya, which does pretty much everything else, all the licensed stuff. Like Kotobukiya has really cool looking stuff, like it's very detailed and intricate, but it just doesn't always go together the smoothest, and it doesn't always stay together the best. And that's one thing I love about Bandai kits, is like they're just so smooth. The actions work really well, like the movements and stuff like that, the joints. Like I love my Bandai kit, where Kotobukiya is just hit or miss. Like this so far is going together pretty well, but like my Armored Core I have, it's such a pain in the butt. Oh, I hated it. It was really annoying, honestly. Alright, almost done with this piece. I used to build model cars and Gundams. Nice. Yeah, I did a model car when I was like in middle school, not knowing anything that I was doing at all. It turned out very badly. I think I ended up just throwing it away afterwards. I'm like, this looks like it was like supposed to be like a Camaro. I think, or no, it was an old Corvette. It was a Corvette. It was an old one. It looked so cool in the box, and then when I finished it, especially when I finished painting it, because I was new to painting, it was right before I got into Warhammer, so I was new to painting, and it looked like trash. I'm like, I'm sorry, like I just threw it away. I was so mad because it didn't look like it did on the box. Nowadays, it's like, oh man, now I understand the basics for painting, how to get things to look like that, even with the brush. Plus, I mean, now I even have an airbrush. I could even just airbrush it and get that look. But as a kid, it's like, oh, it was so bad. Nicholas says, I prefer to have all the episodes come out at once. Even a lot of time, I want to just take my time with the show, except for the season 1 of House of Dragons. Okay, so you prefer, just so you have the option. If you want to space it out, you can. If you want to binge it, you can. I get that. Just having the ability to do whatever stage you're at right then and there, and in life, to be able to choose. I get that. That's not a bad point, honestly. Or when it's weekly and it's like, oh, I have the time to binge it, just let me binge it, then you can't. But if they drop it all at once, it's like, okay, if you have the time to binge it, you can. And if not, who cares? I guess the biggest thing with dropping it all at once and you are not a binger is there's a chance for things to get spoiled. But I guess it just all depends on how much time you're spending online. So it says, I like to make a workspace and get back into it. Yeah, that's honestly for me too what's helped me be able to get back into these hobbies, because I fell away even from Warhammer for a long time because I just didn't have the space to do it. But then since moving here to San Diego, I have my own like office space here. I used it for work, and I used it for podcasts, but then I also like off to the right here. Actually, I guess I gotta show. I have a camera here. Over there, it's a mess right now, but that's like my painting hobby desk. All my paints. It's nice to, there's a lot of my kits up there. But it's there we go. Like having that space is so nice, because it's like, oh, okay, now I'm not in other people's way, because that's the other thing. It's like, all right, set up at the kitchen table, and then it's like, all right, well, now kids are getting into it, or it's in the wife's way, or we gotta set up, it's dinner time now, I gotta clean it all up. It's like to be able to leave stuff is pretty handy. Okay, first scene done at 3:02, technically 3:42. Nice. You're getting there. You're killing it. It hasn't been that long, Kajoma. You're killing it. I'm gonna grab food and take a break for a second. Yeah, sounds good. 558 frames left to go. It's crazy. Nice setup, man. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. It's a lot of work. I mean, and this is even new. My old office used to be on the other side of that wall behind me, and it was tiny. Like, it was like I could reach my arms out and touch both walls, and like back up like 2 feet and run into a bookshelf. Very small. And then this was like a storage room, and then the people who had stuff stored in here, some other family members, moved it out, and I'm like, I'm gonna remodel that, and that's gonna be my new office. So I did. My dad came out and helped me. We put a new window in, we put a door in here, we painted, we did all sorts of, put carpet in here, made it all, mounted an AC in the wall so I don't roast in the summer. It's a nice little man cave, I guess, if you want to call it that. I don't know. Nice little hangout spot. I've never made any Warhammer stuff, but I love 40K. Man, I highly recommend it. Like, even just for the hobby aspect. I mean, it's different for every person. So, like, because here's my deal. I've been into 40K since I was in 2007, 2008. I was in high school, but I played a lot then, but since then, I've only, like, in the last, what's that, like 15, 16 years, like, I've maybe played like 2 games of Warhammer, but I just love it for the hobby aspect of it, of putting it together, painting the minis, like, just, I don't know. Yeah, it's just so fun, just that aspect. And even just like the lore, like I still read through the rule books. Like I need every new edition, like read through the rule books, reading the lore. Like it's such a cool world. The video games are amazing. It's always a good time. So even if you don't have someone to play with and you just are interested in the hobby aspect of it, like I recommend, like, go ahead, go buy like a small box of like Space Marines if you want to be basic. Like I'm basic. I say that only because I'm basic. Everyone always makes fun of Space Marine. Like, really? You could have picked anything and you picked just the basic plain Jane G.I. Joe, like boring Space Marine. Buy Necrons, buy Tau, buy whatever. Like, just go buy a little box, put them together, paint them up. Like, I don't know. It's just such a fun, relaxing hobby. I enjoy it a lot. Okay, where the heck? Oh, there it is. I'm a dummy. 6, 8, and 14. Okay. I've learned about 4K through video games. I've slowly become a fan. Yeah, man, the lore and the story of it is just so wild. Like, it's so ridiculous and so over the top, and that's what I love about it. Like, there's nothing just basic about it. It's very much like, I don't know, I just love how over the top and exaggerated everything is, and like the characters. I did, like, stupid lore thing here. Orcs believe that that the color purple will camouflage you. Like, you'll be invisible if you're purple. So, like, literally invisible. Like, you could be standing in the middle of a room, and if you put on like a purple shirt, you'll turn invisible. And so, like, they'll paint their trucks and, you know, wear purple clothes, and like their weapons and everything will be like this crazy, like, bright, vibrant purple color. And in their mind, they are completely invisible. You cannot see them, like, because they're just so stupid. Orcs are so stupid. But then also, there's lore stuff where orcs are not mechanics. Like, they don't understand how things work mechanically. They're very stupid. Like, most of their vehicles are just like things that they found in scrapyards from other, like, oh, they found like an old like Imperial Guard vehicle or an old like Tau something, and that's broken down, not working, but they'll get it to work through sheer willpower. Like, they can literally just, if they just basically, and if they just believe hard enough that it's gonna work, it works. Like, that's how they're able to like fly like their helicopters, like the Defcopters, or like any of their vehicles. Like, if they just believe that, oh, like, we got plenty of gas in the tank, we're not gonna run out, like, we're fine, like the truck will just keep running. Like, that's just wild to me that they literally, like, orcs are technically magical in the fact that they can just will things into happening. We're almost, like, someone be like, we're almost out of bullets, and they'll be like, no, we're not, we got tons of bullets in the back, and like, they'll just have enough bullets, like the guns will just keep shooting. And it's like so stupid, and there's no like no way you can actually like describe that, how that works out, other than just they just are I don't know, just magical, I guess, essentially. But it's just such a stupid, silly thing that orcs can just do whatever they want because if they just will it into existing. Where's D4? There's D4. Nicholas says, I put together a model of a police car before, and I do like doing Lego, and I like to get into doing 40K figure painting also. Nice. You like to, or you would like to? Sorry, it's hard to tell from your comment if you're saying you already are into Warhammer, or if it's something you're interested in getting into one day. But Lego, I love Legos, but my problem with Legos is they're just like, they're very expensive. Granted, Warhammer is too. But I can buy like $20 worth of Warhammer, and that could last me months of entertainment, seeing as I have very little time for my hobbies. So it's like, okay, I can do where, or I could spend $200 on a Warhammer set. And again, that's like, I have a box of stuff that I bought a couple of years ago that I still haven't finished putting together, let alone even painting. But it's like, there's, I don't know, Lego's great. Lego has some super cool stuff. There's some sets oh man, the new D&D set looks so sick. I want to get the new D&D set so bad. It's like, man, it's like $200 or $250 or something like that, if I'm remembering right. I feel like that's what it was, at least the place I was looking at. And I'm like, okay, but I'll have that done in like a couple days, and then it's just done. Where if I was spent that much on a Warhammer set, like, that's weeks and weeks of assembling and painting, and then actually being able to like play a board game afterwards with it. With a D&C set, like, is cool, looks cool, but it does technically, like, all right, it's just going to sit on my shelf and look cool, but it's just not going to do much more than that. So that's where I come up with Lego. Is I know Caleb's going to hate me for that if he's listening here, but it's the truth. It's the truth, you know. Legos are expensive, and like when I was 15, they were fun to play with. When I started at 15, yeah, I mean 15 and under, I guess was what I was going to say. 15 and under, I'd play with some Legos, you know. I'd mess around with some Lego kids, maybe even younger, 10, like 12, 13 and under. But no, as an adult, it's like I'm not going to sit in my room and play with Legos. Like, for the price, it's like Warhammer is the same price, but again, you get more hours of entertainment out of it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. No, Legos are crazy expensive. Yeah, I don't know, it's wild for the amount of time that it takes to assemble, and then it's kind of like, yep, well, I'm done now. Or at least, again, with Warhammer, it's like, all right, it's done, and I can go play a board game with it. I wouldn't mind making a badass Black Templar. Dude. Yeah, Black Templar army would be pretty sick. They're like, I'm trying to remember. Black Templars, they are, what's their whole shtick? Because that's the thing, every because like I just have an Ultramarine, which is even more basic. Like, not only did I pick Space Marines, I'm Ultramarines, but Black Templars, are they the ones that are more like do magic and stuff like that? Like they have like psychers and stuff, or I'm trying to remember. Or am I thinking of? I'm thinking of the other one, Grey Knights. I'm thinking of Grey Knights. Grey Knights are more. They have like. That's the thing. Psychic abilities are considered unnatural, and so most of the time, that's not allowed within the Empire. But it's the Grey Knights, I think they're called, or something like that. They're the ones that have their. It's the only chapter that's allowed to have magic in it, from what I understand. Generally, not all the time, but right. They're the Crusaders, Holy Warriors. Okay, yeah. I just love that there's so many different chapters too. So like anything, like if you do go basic Space Marine, like all right, you have basic Space Marine, but you can still add flavor to it with what chapter you choose. Like all right, you're just gonna pick the good boys, the good old boys, the Ultramarines, or you're gonna pick up Grey Knights or Black Templars, who are more like the kind of more intense. I'm trying to think, what's the other one? Oh, like the I'm blanking on chapter name right now, but I don't know. There's like the what's the one? There's like Rainbow Knights or something like that, which I think is great. There's a YouTube channel I watch called Rogue Hobbies. She paints like these rainbow Space Marines, which is so good. Black Templars are almost equivalent to like the Inquisitors and stuff too, right? Like where if other chapters are misbehaving, like they'll kind of send Black Templars in to investigate, if I'm remembering right. They kind of work alongside like Inquisitors and stuff. Nicholas says, I like to get into doing 40k figures painting in the future. I don't do them yet. Get into Warhammer because of the Space Marines video game on PS3. Dude, I'm excited for Space Marines 2. It's supposed to be coming out later this year. But yeah, the first game was so much fun. Well, I got 2 legs. Yes, and they think the Emperor's a god. Yeah, well, I mean, I think all the chapters kind of believe that, but I think you're right where, like, the Black Templars are very much like, you're right, it's a more of a, less of a just, oh yeah, yep, we, for the Emperor kind of thing, and more like I will, you know, like, they'll do just horrific things in the name of the Emperor, because exactly, it's more of a deity than just like a human being who's hooked up to life support for hundreds and thousands of years. All right, looks like we're heading on to the head. That's exciting. Boy, we're getting somewhere. What time is it? I've been going for 2.5 hours. It's 2 o'clock. Let me check something real quick. I'm going to lose the camera feed here for a second. I apologize. Okay, I just heard someone pulling the driveway. I was checking to see if my wife was back. She is not, so I'm going to continue playing. Not playing. I'm going to continue streaming. Oh, and we're upside down again. Oh no. Why? So annoying. My brother has Space Wolves army. That is sick because it's basically like this like Norse mythology, like gods, like Vikings. It's basically Vikings as Space Marines. Like they're so brutal and violent and over the top, and like I love how they all have like, I think they all have fangs. Like canines, I should say, like canine fangs, not like vampire fangs, but just like they're very much like Vikings, and they're called Space Wolves for a good reason because they have like fangs like a wolf, teeth like a wolf. They have like a lot of times they have like big fur on their armor and like long flowing hair and stuff. Very just like Wolverine-esque essentially. They got big old blades on their power fist, like claws. It's like, oh, it's so cool. I've been playing Inquisitor Martyr from time to time. Oh, that's the one. I'm trying to remember. I think I played that with my brother before. Inquisitor. Yes. I haven't played a ton of that, but I played a little bit with it, and that is fun. I'd like to play more, but it is fun with, because it's multiplayer. It's fun with other people. But yeah, I only played like for a couple hours. I haven't put much time into it. Yes, it's 3 hours on record, which is just scratching the surface. There's a lot to that game. That is a game I should play more. It is pretty cool. It's like it's Diablo, like 40k game. Yeah, exactly. It's a lot of fun. Do you ever watch any of Angry Joe's videos? He's really into Warhammer. I didn't realize you were doing a Metal Gear model until now. you couldn't figure it out based off of my the stream title. No worries. Actually, I haven't even looked at YouTube. Is my stream title up to date? Maybe it's wrong. Maybe that's why it's confusing. No, it's called Metal Gear. Let's hang out. Okay. Good. I just want to make sure, because I made that mistake before where I've gone live, and on Twitch I fix it. I don't fix it on YouTube. And it's like, what is... It is not related at all. I've heard of Angry Joe. I feel like someone just recently mentioned him to me. But I have never heard of him, I don't think, and I've never watched any of his stuff. Maybe accidentally I've watched his stuff. I can't think of a time I have. I don't know. Soak says, absolutely watch a ton of Angry Joe videos. Those guys are hilarious. Okay. Maybe I need to check him out then. He's on YouTube? Let me look him up right here. Angry Joe. Angry Joe Show? What's the name of this channel? Oh, I see. Board game reviews. AJ's Table Time. Okay, alright. I'll add him to my list. Check him out at some point. See what he's all about. Alright. Yes, it's the Angry Joe Show. Okay. Yeah, I'll check him out. Let's build ahead. M. Where is M? I usually have all these screws in order, but I've kind of got out of control. Okay. I need 8, 9, 13, 14, 19. You ever tried Darktide? Oh, Darktide was so good. That's another one of those, yeah, I got super into, and then, yeah, just my other buddies, because it's obviously more fun with friends. My buddies who I was playing with kind of fell off a bit, but Darktide is so fantastic. Oh, there's so much. The soundtrack in that game is amazing. I could just, I do when I was working before, I would just sit and just turn on the soundtrack and just get amped up. Like, it's so freaking good. But yeah, very, very fun game. I haven't played it in a while because my crew who I played with kind of fell off of it. But did they ever add like DLC and add-on stuff? Because like that's kind of what it was missing, was just like, all right, we got to the point where it's like, all right, this is fun and all, but I'm ready for like new content. What's next? Is there going to be a new faction? Is there going to be new characters, weapon, whatever it might be? Like, I was ready for some new, exciting stuff. I might have made a mistake. Just dumping everything in a pile, because I don't know which piece is which. That's 8, maybe? This one is 9, maybe? But yeah, Darktide was so much fun. I just wish, yeah, when I was playing it, I was just kind of like getting to the point where I'm like, oh man, okay, I'm ready for some new, fresh content, something new to do here, new map, something. But it was a blast. Played a bunch with David at release, but we fell off as well. You know, another game that I absolutely love, but again, my crew who I was playing with all kind of fell off. It's freaking Helldivers 2. The game is so good. I want to play it so bad, but all my friends just stopped playing it. It's such a bummer, because it's so good. And they are still adding stuff. Like, they're adding, like, and doing updates. And I don't have anyone to play with. It's no fun on your own. Helldivers 2 is amazing. And I haven't been able to play in since like I played like really hard the first couple weeks after launch, and then yeah, just totally fell off. It's such a bummer. What is going on here? There we go. That's what that looks like, right? I don't know why it's not focusing. They just had a... Oh, hang on. I lost it, the chat is gone. Nicholas says, I was confused as I didn't realize you meant building Metal Gear models when I started the stream. I thought you meant you were playing Metal Gear. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no. Just building Metal Gears, you know. They just had a huge update to Dark Tide. Oh. What have they added? Did they add like new like enemy types and maps and stuff? Or Jonas says, I've got school unfortunately, but I'd like to play more. I'm sure if you ask folks in my Discord, they'd be down. Quite a few are still playing. Same with Helldivers. Like I just got asked to play today. Yeah, I mean, maybe I will. Maybe I'll need to go ask around in your Discord a little more, Kajoma, because our Discord is... It's hard to get any response. It's funny. I feel like there's sometimes I jump in our Discord and say something, and like right away people are responding, and other times like crickets. Like the other day, I literally had free codes for Fallout 76. Granted, pretty much everyone has. I got them from Twitch. I got them. I'll come clean. I got the codes because I'm on. I have Amazon Prime, and I get the Twitch gaming free stuff. But anyways, I'm like, oh, people are gonna be, you know. It's a free game, right? Who cares? Like, people just like free stuff. I was like, hey, anyone want free codes for Fallout 76? Crickets. No one responded. I'm like, what the heck? Until, like, it was like quite a few days later, a buddy finally reached out separate, like in a DM, was like, hey, can I have the PC code? So I gave him that. But then, like, so the Xbox code is still unclaimed. But I was just like, it's funny. Sometimes in our Discord, you type something and everyone's like, do. There's a lot of chatter back and forth. And other times you type something and it's just like crickets. So like, but yeah, that's a good point. I'll have to hop over to your Discord sometime and see what's up, see if anyone's down to play. The other thing is a time zone. Like being on the West Coast, it gets late. By the time I'm ready to play, a lot of the other time zones are like, well, heading to bed. And I'm like, wait, no, I want to play. It's tricky when I don't have a bunch of friends in my time zone. Like a lot of my friends are from the other time zones, like Central, East Coast, stuff like that. New enemy type and at least one map aware. Nice. Now, when you say enemy type, like, is it a new like army? Because like, or is it just a new enemy type? Because that's what. Because one thing with like Vermintide, it was just like, all right, you get sick and tired of just fighting rats all the time. But then they eventually added like cultist and stuff. Like that's what would be cool with Dark Tide, if they started adding like the other like actual armies, not just new enemy types, but like, oh, okay, instead of fighting Dark Tide like the cultists and stuff, all right, now we're gonna start like, oh, we're bringing Tyranids in now, or bring whatever, like stuff like that. New enemy type. Okay, so it's just a new enemy type. See, bringing new enemy armies in would be cool. Let's see, 1, 5. I just noticed there's like stickers pre-applied to these pieces. That's wild to me. Every other kit I've ever bought, the stickers come separately and then you have to stick them on. But these ones are already on. That is the wildest thing I've ever seen. So that means that's someone's job, is as these things come off the assembly line, someone is sitting there with little tweezers slapping stickers on it. What a job. That sounds horrible. You played Vermintide as well? Yeah, I played through the second one. I don't know if I ever played the first one, but my brother was super into it. And so I played a little bit, but I got quickly bored with that because I wasn't necessarily a huge fan of Age of Sigmar at the time. And then, yeah, the fact that it was just like, all right, fight more rats, fight more rats. And again, they eventually added some new stuff, but I like the world of 40K better. I like the futuristic. Yeah, the futuristic world of 40K. I think it's a lot more fun, in my opinion. But it was still a very good game. They're basically the same game, Vermintide and Dark Tide or whatever. Yeah, it's just the same thing, but different skins on it. It doesn't even fit there. The arrow is pointing right there in that hole, but that definitely does not fit in that hole. I gifted David a copy and got him into it. Nice. Yeah, Vermintide was fun. These instructions are wrong. So down here, well, it just tells you two different things. Down here, it says this piece is supposed to go into that hole here. But then when you look here, it actually says, well, actually, it goes back there where I finally got it to stick. It's funny. Oh, this is the cockpit for Metal Gear. Metal Gear? Yeah, there's the... This is where Liquid will sit. The little cockpit. Liquid! Oh yeah, there he is right there. I'm not going to put him in there yet, because I want to paint him. I wish I knew what that said. If anyone can translate that for me, let me know. I could read it, but let me get my chart, I can read it to you. But I just don't know what it needs, probably. F2 and 6. Let's do that. 2, 6. Click. 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 And click. Let's switch the tunes up here. I've been listening to DJ Trues here. Let's fire up some... Oh, you know who I haven't listened to in a long time? And I have permission to use their music, is Droid Bishop. That used to be our stream music until we got the okay from DJ Trues and from Yate and Jack Sriracha. But Droid Bishop, love Droid Bishop. Let's listen through Rebirth of the Machine. It's probably one of my favorite albums of his. And let me know if the music's too loud or too quiet, or because I can always turn it up if I need to, turn it down. How in the world do these go together? Oh, just like that. Haha. Yeah, as I was saying earlier, I have this Metal Gear Rex kit. I have the Metal Gear Rex black version, which is cool. But what I really want to get, there's two other ones. There's Metal Gear Rex, the Metal Gear Solid 4 version. Spoilers, I guess, for Metal Gear Solid 4. Metal Gear Rex pops back up again which is awesome. But it's obviously old and dilapidated because it takes place like 15 years later. And then there's also Metal Gear Ray from Metal Gear Solid 2. So those are the two kits I'm missing right now, is the Metal Gear Solid 4 version of Rex and then Metal Gear Ray. But they're not cheap. Like, these kits are like 100, 150 bucks a piece. Not cheap, but they are just so cool. Where is Jay? Where in the world? This is I, H-I, U, M, K, F. Oh, it's right here in front of me. When it was backwards, it looked like I. At the right angle, it just looked like the letter I. So I was like, why can't I find J? 9 and 12. Alright, let's see here. So this platform will go like this. That's weird. Sorry, I was at like a weird like audio echo for a second there. It threw me off. This is the bottom, and the seat will go here. There. This goes on the back. This way. I am not going to put liquid in there yet because I want to be able to paint him. I just hope I can get him in there later. I should be able to. So I feel like that was like they show that in the instructions where you can kind of, you should be able to like slide him in and out. Where the heck is the picture? Yeah. Okay, so you can see there the mouth opens wide enough to where I can slide him in and out. So I'll put him in there later after I paint him up. Here they are again, for those of you who missed it. Here's the little minis. So there's Liquid, Solid Snake, Gray Fox, Dead Gray Fox. Smashed to bits, missing an arm. Oops. Sorry, that's kind of text on my phone. Okay, that is from my wife saying that they are on their way back. And apparently my kids want to play some Kirby, The Forgotten Kingdom on Nintendo Switch. So maybe I'll do a couple more things here. Oops, did it again. A couple more pieces, and then I'll be signing off here. So maybe 5 more minutes. Okay, I gotta go work on finishing the video. My computer will be playing this. Thanks, dude. Thanks for the lurk. My cat will be enjoying the stream while she sleeps. Nice. I appreciate it. Appreciate the lurk. Go finish up that video. All right. Cool. So this and this. I need J3 and 4. I lost J again. Why is it so hard for me to find J? 3 and 4. There we go. Okay, so this goes like this. Okay. And this goes like this. Slide that in there. Sweet. And that all hooks onto this. Let me just do a little test real quick. Oh, bummer. So he doesn't slide in and out. Unless, if you ever want to run Darktide or Helldivers, let me know. For sure, man. Thanks for the offer. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Again, I don't have a ton of time, but I could make time. I could if I made it a priority, because if I knew I had people to play with. So I'll keep that in mind now. If I ever have some free time, I'll reach out to you. Thanks for that. So here's a predicament I'm in. I want to be able to paint this guy up. I want to paint liquid. I'm not ready to stick him inside the cockpit yet, but the problem is the way the cockpit is made is you actually can't really take him in and out unless I think if I cut this nub off here, then he could slide in and out. But my worry is if I cut that off, is that gonna open it? I don't know. This is tricky, because like what they want you to do is that slides in there. That's a bummer. That basically means I need to paint him like now before I build the rest of this head. Which I guess kind of works out because I'm going to be ending the stream here in a minute anyway. So maybe this is where we end. And I will continue building the head after I paint this guy. So maybe that'll be my task here in the next couple days is to paint liquid. So then I can lock him into his permanent prison inside this Metal Gear head. Or do I do this? Like, do I just cut the bottom off so then I can slide him in and out? Should I try it? What's the worst that'll happen? This is scary. Scary business. Okay. This could be the end of liquid. Oh boy. All right. It's gone. All right, hold on to that in case I need to glue that back on. But in the meantime, let's test this. So let's put this back in here. This. There. Let's see if I can slide this bad boy in here. I think if I cut the crap between his legs, he has like webbing between his legs. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna be real sad. I chopped up my boy Liquid here. But there's one way to find out. All right. Plastic is very like rubbery. It's actually really hard to cut through. All right. That didn't really help. There's like holes there. It's just weird that I can't. I'll get this. I'll get this. Bear with me, guys. Just hacking and slashing at this model kit. Just giving Liquid a little breathing room here between his legs. It should be easier with a knife. Probably easier to cut myself, that's for sure. That's pretty good. He's not all the way down. Really, what I gotta do is, yeah, I gotta cut all the crud here between his legs. It should not be this hard. Yeah, his thighs get hung up on the little piece of plastic there. I'm not trying to cut him, I'm just trying to like bend. He needs to like bend his thighs around the little control panel there. Bummer. Well, hacked him up for nothing. Although he's kind of in there. He's not all the way down, but I mean, with a whole cockpit built around him, once this is built up, you know, probably hardly going to be able to tell anyways. There we go. Now he's in there. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to do that with a whole cockpit built around him. Ooh, and he doesn't really come out. Yeah. I might need to paint him up then, slap him in there, and leave him be. Well, now that I figured that out, that's probably where we'll end stream, because I got to paint up a little mini Liquid Snake. But thank you guys for hanging out. It was, oh shoot, of course we go to ads right now. Of course we go to ads, that's all right. Appreciate all the people who hung out, who lurked, who chatted, stopped by. It's fun just doing a chill stream once in a while. You know, a little less official, not playing a game, just sit back, listen to some tunes, put together a kit. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. If you want more of this, let me know. I can figure out how to do more of these. And with that, let me see if there's anyone who can raid. I do not have any friends to raid. I don't know. Do you guys have any recommendations? Any ideas? If not, that's all right. I know not a lot of people stream this early, especially on a Saturday. So, well, with that, No one is on at the moment. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Well, thank you again to all you who stopped by. So appreciate it. Kajom, I know you're not here, but thanks for chilling, chatting. And also to Nicholas McMath over on YouTube. Thanks for stopping by and chatting. Appreciate it. We'll be back Monday evening around 7:30 p.m. Pacific time with our next podcast episode. So be sure to join us then. Tuesday night, Adrian streams. Thursday nights, I stream. And then just stay tuned to the channel. Keep your notifications on in case I do another random stream like this one. Because I don't always do this, but I was like, I have the time, why not? So you never know when I might surprise you. All right, and with that, I think I'm gonna head out. So thank you very much. I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.